Alright, thanks for waiting. Game 1 has loaded and we are underway. Just give me a second while I move these images around so that they all line up nice and orderly.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, and apologies to the chat. I will not be looking at the chat much throughout the set as I am rocking this solo, so I have to manage the camera and the mic as well. But I shall do my best. I am very hyped for this match. This is going to be pretty close to call, I think. A lot of it is going to rely on how I'm a Hero can adapt on the fly. They are out of their comfort zone with Super Cookie on support. And I don't know how much Super Awesome and Cookie have been practicing recently. Hopefully their synergy will be strong enough to get through the laning phase without it snowballing in their faces. And the other question is going to be Rob, because Lee Sin is definitely a high-impact jungler early. So the onus will be on him to make plays and be a presence. As Sejuani can gank early, but typically will try to wait until the level 6. As nice damage onto Oppa. Lee Sin with that 1 minute 40-second gank, and that is going to force Nidalee back. As you see, he took some more harass from Sonder right there. A nice job, and that's going to cause him to be late to lane. And Ziggs is going to get basically a free level 2 off of this. This is very catastrophic for Nidalee, who needs those early levels to get to 6 as soon as possible. But regardless, the laning phase will get underway. Kage no Jigoku's Renekton versus George's Shyvana in the top lane. And this is a matchup in the favor of the Croc. We have seen this time and time again throughout the spring tournament, excuse me. Shyvanas have struggled against Renekton throughout the laning phase, and because top lane is so isolated, very difficult to receive a lot of help without getting punished globally for it. And the early level 2 advantage will go to the purple team down in bot lane, which is huge. They get the minion wave advantage and they will shove up. Not fearing the Sejuani early ganks. They probably should think about dropping a ward soon though, as it is possible for her to come down if they are too disrespectful. And you can already see now that Ziggs has a huge creep lead, 16-5. That early damage from Lee Sin and the harass from Ziggs, causing him to back just as the minion wave was getting to lane. Basically, sewn up the lane as far as just farming. So long as Ziggs doesn't make any major mistakes, he should have a free ride through the laning phase. As long as he doesn't get over aggressive or caught out. And here we see the blue team making the plays for the bot lane ganks. And that is not warded. Alistar wants to make a play here. His flash is up, and it looks like his pull might be up soon too. There's the headbutt into the wall, but the chompers from Jinx will disengage. And that was a gank that basically went more or less undetected, so I'm really surprised they didn't get more out of that. RD can't be satisfied with that. It looks like Waffles is not happy. He is sticking around for round 2. But the purple team, they are wary to this as we see Rob coming in. Very nice dive onto Shyvana, and that will be an easy first blood. Super Cookie forced to flash out in the bot lane as we see Waffles trying to give them the old U-turn. But they are again unsuccessful. So Lee Sin, so far, making a much bigger impact as expected. Lee Sin typically known to be everywhere early and does good damage as well. So dives like that are very, very doable. There's good teamwork right there to pick up that early lead. But I'm a Hero certainly not going to rest on this lead. They're going to try to get as much as they can out of this laning phase. And so far, Rob doing good work for himself. He already got his mid laner ahead early before the creep waves even arrived to lane. And he has ganked once for top. And the blue team was unable to punish since they were already trying to gank bottom unsuccessfully. As the missing pings go down in mid lane, we see Rob coming through the bot lane, but that is warded in the try. And he must know it as he is already leaving. Oh, it looks like he might be coming around again. We'll see if the bot lane reacts. Doesn't look like they're reacting all that fast as here we go. There's the Q and the pulverize for the disengage. Kind of a sloppy gank right there as not much is accomplished. We see Sonder heading down towards the bot lane as well, but he will stop halfway and choose to recall instead. It's going to give Nidalee some alone time in lane. And Nidalee very close to hitting level 6 as well. So that will really help her out a lot. So despite basically having to back on the first creep wave, Nidalee not taking too much punishment from it. He is not down by that much CS anymore. He's only down 31 to 39, so that's very much recoverable at this point. See Ziggs going back for the Chalice of Harmony. It's going to help his mana sustain in lane and allow him to chuck his bombs without caring. And as soon as the blue comes up in a little bit, that should be passed off to Ziggs. And that's going to allow him to push all day. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see Kage no Jigoku doing basically what he always does, which is establish a lead early. And if he does manage to get successful ganks with the jungler, he usually extends it by quite a bit, as he is up 53 to 36. Already what was an uncomfortable matchup for Shyvana early on is certainly turning into a pretty big problem. We'll see how they decide to play this. As we see Lee Sin actually making an invade on the blue. And those are low health bars. They cannot contest this as Kage no Jigshin downward. Shyvana not really able to do anything. As we see Rob with a max range Q, and that should be a kill. The flash used pretty much in vain as Oppa has no mana, so he cannot hope to threaten. And Renekton is with him, has his ultimate. So that will be a very nice pickup for free by the purple team. If Waffles had been planning to flash, it might have been a better idea to just flash the Q outright. It's possible that he thought that it might miss him, though, because that was very close to max, if not max range. And this is going to be, again, a free push onto the mid lane, as Ziggs did not really need to come and help. He dropped the ulti bomb down, but basically forced Nidalee away. And while that was all going on, they were able to just do whatever they wanted. As we see Rob definitely pressing his advantage with Lee Sin, posting up, and that is warded out, so they should know that this is coming. Sejuani's still not level 6, though, so they should be able to disengage, I think. Oh, Rob with the jukes through the bush and through the tower, and the creeps are doing a number on him. But Alistar's cooldowns are about to come back up in a little bit, and a nice spear through the Fog of War. Well, actually, that wasn't really Fog of War. It was more of a lead, I guess. But nonetheless, a very nice spear. Another good spear lands. Barrier used very much in vain, I think. Oh, actually, let me fix my face. That fail flash through the wall will slow them down a little bit, as the camera needs to get back onto Ziggs. There he is. Excuse me. But he will barely get away because of that failed flash. Close call for Sonder. And Rob may be feeling himself a little too hard as he went hard for that red buff and couldn't get out. It was a good collapse by the blue team. We'll see if that takes a little wind out of IMAHERO's sails or if they'll keep pushing hard. IMAHERO usually a team that is known for their team fights, not so much for their skirmishes. So we'll see if they decide to continue with the deep invades or if they decide to calm it down a little bit. The mid lane is already down, though, for the blue team. That is a huge objective down early. It's going to allow so much more shenanigans from Lee Sin, as he'll have much easier access to the jungle now. As we see Kage no Jigoku going hard. George forced to flash away. The Sonic Wave Resonating Strike will land, but it is too close to the turret, and Renekton did not feel like following. Shyvana did not have ulti quite yet, so it might have been possible to dive, as Renekton still has all his summoners available. But the call was made, so we shall never know what could have happened. Looking back into the bot lane now is Super Awesome continuing to shove up. Still ahead in the CS, but Roleplay wants to make something happen, and Shyvana is there, and that should be a free kill. Let me fix my face on that. The Crescendo will save him, but meanwhile, up in the top lane, we see Lee Sin doing the old-fashioned U-turn, and this time it does work on Shyvana, as she did not even get to use ulti. But nonetheless, blue team still making the plays around the map, and since they know that there were two top, that play was pretty easy to make, and it was a good headbutt back in by Alistar. Super Kuki tried to save himself with the Crescendo and did manage to catch people with it, but it just wasn't enough. The chasing ability of the blue team is very strong. They are very, very mobile. See Rob poking back around bot lane, trying to make a play onto something, but the dragon is available. We'll see what the call is going to be right now. This game could swing back in the blue team's favor if they get a good dragon fight. Shyvana does have teleport available if he chooses to go down. However, that will most likely be his turret for his troubles if they don't get anything out of it. So we will see what the call is. Nonetheless, looks like Lee Sin getting some more deep wards that will get pinged out, and this is again the problem with the mid tower being down so early in the game. It's just allowing so much deep warding and movement and rotations by the purple team, making a lot of fights a lot more possible, a lot more doable without that turret being in the way. See that Ziggs has managed to re-snowball his CS lead, as Nidalee has been roaming around, but not with a whole lot of success. But we see Saunders about to become pinched here. RD Waffles is in position to jump on him, but the disengage from the ulti will force him to back away. Meanwhile, top lane, Lee Sin is back again. Knock, knock, who's there? It's my feet. And this should be a kill, no problem. Yeah, and the Dragon's Rage for the kill secured. Saunders saying, team! Team! But the team will not get there in time. Kind of a slow reaction, but they were pretty far away, so I'm not sure if they could have did anything. Definitely unfortunate right there, as Sonder not even able to pick up Nidalee. And Rob needs to know that that's warded. He knows now, but here comes Kage no Jigoku. Shyvana is teleporting in, but that will be the Hydra combo going down onto Nidalee. He will go down, and it looks like a double kill coming in for the Crocodile, and that will be a blue buff abandoned by Shyvana, as the numbers game has caught up to her now, and without an ultimate she has no chance of turning that. So out of nowhere, snowballed Kage no Jigoku, and I'm a Hero is looking real good right now. They are rolling. This is basically just giving a free pass to the bot lane to continue to keep pushing up, and it looks like they are going to get this tower. The attack speed steroid for Jinx, pew-pewing away at that turret, and it will go down at the 14-minute mark in 9 seconds. And now the gold lead has expanded to 22.1 to 16.1. I'm a Hero definitely in the driver's seat right now. They are making all the right rotations, catching the blue team in all the right spots where Nidalee was already low. And Renekton still had his ulti saved up, which really made a big difference. And we see that Renekton has gone back for a Sunfire Cape, and that's going to make him very resilient, and it's going to give him a lot more damage over time as he continues to bring the pain. And we see Alistar catching a very nice Pulverize plus the Sejuani ulti. Ziggs Bomb will not do too much damage, but it will be enough to deter. Lee Sin is there, but he might be a little caught out. He needs to be careful. Luckily, all the ultis were already blown. So here comes the re-engage. A nice Pulverize. Oh, man. If K-Tat had turned around and shot one more auto, it's very likely he might have picked up Lee Sin before he could have shielded away. And looks like Nidalee is finally down to help. But again, too little too late as the fight is all but over. No kills traded away. But purple team definitely getting the better end of that deal, despite Lee Sin getting chunked down and having to leave. We'll see if they decide to go for the dragon anyway. That is semi-risky. There is no smite available for Sedge, but Nidalee Spear is a problem. Yeah, and the purple team knows it as they are getting the heck out of there. There is no Glacial Prison, I believe is the name of Sejuani ulti. And that is a big part of their team fight as well. Dragon's Descent is available, but other than that, there is not much else on the table for the blue team. But a nice spear by Oppa, and that's going to force a back from Sona. Purple team really needs to make up their mind as to what they want to do, because the longer they dawdle around and twiddle their thumbs, the more spears they're likely to catch. Right now, Rob going very hard by himself, trying to bait out a reaction from Alistar. But it looks like Ziggs is just going to use his ulti on the wave at top to save that. It's going to allow them to concentrate on the dragon, the task at hand. But however, without that Ziggs bomb now, that is a big cooldown for their team fight. See if Rob goes in on this. He will not. Blue team is a little split right now, and Kage no Jigoku making the call saying it's time to go, guys. Already Oppa going very, very low. The Ignite is ticking. That will finish him. Rob not tanking the dragon, so he will walk away unscathed. And a very nice stun over the wall. And a great, great team fight from Amahiro. Again, that is their strength. Because the dragon had not been started, it was not on aggro. So Rob was able to just walk around the pit and bide his time. It was also a very nice Ruthless Predator, the Renekton stun coming out from Kage no Jigoku, preventing Lucian from jumping over the wall before Lee Sin's cooldowns were back up. So everything went right for them in that team fight. Blue team split up at a very inopportune time, and Renekton pulling the trigger along with Lee Sin. And RD Oppa just exploded so fast in that fight. That was just not a good fight for the blue team at all. Score is now 3-11. Blue team really needs to buckle down and focus, get their communications back up, because they are down approximately 10k gold or so. They're in dire straits right now. Good culling coming off to back the team away, but the Ziggs bomb will prevent the siege again. Ziggs ulti so multitask. Can be used in team fights, and it can also be used to prevent towers from going down. Has a lot of range. It does a lot of damage to creep waves. Amahiro trying to clear out this creep wave, and the blue team is very hesitant to siege this turret down and go man mode, because they just what happened in the last fight, basically a clean ace for the purple team, as Lee Sin is playing up now. Throws out the Q for good measure. Will be a little bit short, and Shyvana will have to break off to the side lane to pick up that free farm. In desperate need of gold right now, as he is down 0-4, not even a Sunfire Cape completed, and Renekton is already working on his major MR item. Renekton almost doubling the CS of Shyvana at this point. Very bad spot right now. You see that roleplay has found himself Renekton, and that is all kinds of trouble. Ooh, as the zap just a little short. You have to believe if that had went down, they would have went very hard for that. Alistar's ulti would not have done too much to mitigate the damage from fed Nekton and a very fed Ziggs. As we see RD Oppa getting caught out by Lee Sin. Lee Sin wants to go hard on this. The red buff is ticking. The cork comes off the side as Super Awesome tries to pick off somebody again, but again, nobody gets hit by it. So that will be an easy choice to back away. Again, Rob playing with danger, but they know how far ahead they are. So they are basically just zoning them off this turret. The blue team should really abandon this turret. This turret is very difficult to defend when you're very far behind. Leaves you very susceptible to flanks like this, as again, blue team not making up their minds fast enough. and that is going to force them off the turret for sure, as they can do nothing to stop this push. Shyvana does still have teleport available, so she is taking down the top turret, but an inner turret for an outer at this stage of the game is definitely not worth it. And the siege is on for the purple team. See, Dominus has been popped by Kage no Jigoku. They are going super hard for this, but it is working for the time being, as a nice crescendo locks up all the carries and the Alistar, and he will melt from the damage. A nice spear by Oppa again, at least picking up one kill, but at what cost? 20-minute inhibitor going down on the blue side. And this game is looking pretty sewn up right now for IMAHERO. They are in total control of the map. And yeah, they really got the jump on the blue team early with the getting the right skirmishes when they had to. And again, Lee Sin just had a really big impact on the game, as, oh boy, we'll see if Rob can 1v1 this. There is the barrier coming down for K-Tad, and one last auto should seal the deal, and that has gotta hurt if you are K-Tad right now, because you just got soloed by the jungler. I mean, to be fair, it is a 6-1 and 8 jungler who is about to be a 6-2 and 8 jungler, as the rest of his team will avenge K-Tad, pick up that kill. But blue team doesn't really have anything that they can feasibly use to capitalize. They cannot do Baron at this point. That would be suicidal. And there are no turrets close enough for them to shove down. So things looking mighty dire for them, as the bot lane is going to start pushing very heavily. And a Bloodthirster Lucian to the Bloodthirster Zeal. Soon to be Static Shiv Jinx. Not a good look. But it's more about the jungler and the solo top at this point. 605 and 62 and 8. They are just holding hands and diving together, and everything has just been working out for them. We have seen these glassy builds of the Hydra Lee Sin backfire in the past, if the game extends too long. But we'll see if IMAHERO can close this out before that becomes an issue. Looks like they are leaving Kage no Jigoku up top. That is where the last inner turret is, so if he could get that down, that would be good for them. Instead, it looks like he is going to rotate down and stay together with his team as much as possible. Ping's going down onto Jinx in the mid lane as they continue to shove up. And Lucian has been relegated to super minion clearing. He will not be able to join his team if they have to go off and fight. Kage no Jigoku taking very little damage from that spear. Not afraid to tank those. The dragon will go down once again to the purple team, but that's not that big of a deal in terms of the overall gold at this point. The lead has already more or less been established at this point, as the Talisman of Ascension does get popped down. See if the purple team wants to chase this. They have no turret. Alistar is caught out, pops his ulti, and the Shyvana going in, but she is not doing that much damage. Kage no Jigoku, on the other hand, doing a lot of damage, as a nice crescendo catches everybody all lined up. The Jinx damage coming through. Shyvana will go down. Sono also falling, but the blue team is on the back pedal, as a nice flash forward by Super Awesome will end that. And that will most definitely be the game. Super minions are in the base, and the blue team cannot hope to defend this at this point, as the last turret will go down. And we'll see if they decide to finish this up. It looks like they will. A couple hits on the Alistar, and he will go down nice and easy. And that should also be Nidalee going down as well to the range of the rocket launcher. And game one will go in the books to IMAHERO. Nice and easy. Very dominant victory. Well played.